do you think about spray pack?
Can't stand it.
You ever smoked it?
No.
Dude.
Not that I know of. I mean, who the fuck knows when you get past the... But a lot of times I also don't smoke with people anymore if I don't know you, you know?
I've
So
smoked spray pack numerous times. Not something you want to smoke.
at least you're honest, dog.
Well, no, I did it for videos, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to New York. A little off topic, but I went to New York last summer and just posted on. I was like, "Who's got the spray, bro?" Some dude pulled up on me, bro. I smoked some shit, Oreo, campfire, and marshmallow.
Jesus Christ. That
Bro, it
sounds
was
horrible.
some of the grossest shit I've ever smoked. I was coughing up black specks for like 2 weeks. It was disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of anything I'm not a fan of reintroducing terps into things. I don't give a fuck if they're plant derived or whatnot. I don't care. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of manipulating this in any way. Is not manipulating it. It's literally using ice and water and extracting it. Mechanical separation, bro. You know, and it's like, it's still the essence of the plant. You know, I don't agree with doing mixed washes. I just don't agree with any of the thing that is anything other than growing a plant and either smoking that plant exactly how she sits or washing her and smoking that exactly how she makes it.
Now, one of the things you just said is really important because I think a lot of people, maybe a lot of you guys watching at home, there's a lot of ill-informed people that smoke a lot of. Like a lot of people who legitimately don't know any better. So when you're referring to a mixed wash, for someone at home who doesn't get it, what is a mixed wash? What's bad about it?
It's not that it's bad. Let me be clear. It's not that it's bad. It's that it's not repeatable because it's not the genetic that's creating that profile you're smoking.
Okay.
It's taking a blend. So basically a mixed wash would be I take one plant of this Bundy, one plant of this GMO, and I put them in the same water and I wash them. And then all of those trichome heads mix. So when I end up processing those heads and turning it into it's a mixed, it's a mix, a 50-50 blend of these two things, right? And so what people do now is, listen, when I tell you it takes a couple of years to make a genetic, there is no way that a company that just started 2 years ago has 60 SKUs, right? They do that because they buy from other farms, right? And that's fine, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Buy material, process the material. But that's where it's not single source anymore, right? Which again, that's fine. I'm not knocking that. But I do knock when people will buy material, but because they bought an OG or sorry, a GMO or a Bundy or a fucking whatever is popular, right? Banana this or whatever, it's played out. So like if you see honey banana on a jar right now, you're probably not excited to smoke it because it's been around for the last 4 years.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of honey banana.
Right.
Yeah.
So what people will do is they'll buy honey banana, right? Fresh frozen from a farm.
Yeah.
And then they'll go buy some other stuff from a farm. And then they'll mix them and they'll create some new thing and they'll do it in different ratios. And the problem with that is it's not repeatable, bro. Like, it's not, where's the plant? Like, whatever magical made up smell because you just mixed all this shit together, like, how do you give me that again and again and again and again, year in, year over, every day? You can't. It's not possible. You have to grow it. So, like, I'm not against it because it's bad. You're going to get high. You're going to probably enjoy it. It'll probably even make a great smell. It's just not repeatable, and it's not the plant. It's mixing things, and like to me, that defeats the purpose of smoking and enjoying what has to offer, bro. Like every plant is different. Every single plant is different, bro. Even within these GMOs, because we're dealing with nature. If I was to test a nug from every single one of these GMO plants that all came from the same mom, they're all going to test out differently, slightly. Different ratios, just a little bit. Every one of these plants, if I harvested every one and we labeled them GMO 1 through fucking 10 or however many are on this table, right? And we smoked them, are they all going to smell and be like GMO? Yes. But I promise you, if you really took the time to only smoke one a day, you would sense subtle, tiny differences between each plant. And it's like, don't fuck that up. Don't ruin what's special about that by just trying to get bread.
Let that plant be itself.
Let that plant be itself. And if you think it's played out, then fucking do the work, bro. Plant some seeds and find some new shit. Innovate, dog. And care, bro. It's just care. The caring in this industry is fucking gone, and it bothers me to my core, bro. I hate it. People don't care anymore, bro. It's because, again, like I said, it's not a community anymore. It's just a fucking money grab for people. And yeah, I hate that shit, bro. Really hate it.
So I'm curious as well. I mean, there's a lot of, makers on the scene who they don't grow anything. They just pick up and wash. Why don't you do that? Like what makes you
because at the end of the day, it all starts with the flower. Fire in, fire out. As cliche as that statement is, it really is one of the few statements that rings true.
It's important.
It's everything, bro. And so at the end of the day, I'm not on those farms. I don't know what they're doing. And nowadays you have a lot of outdoor farms, you know, like this gets into a whole bunch of other shit that's kind of unimportant, but it plays into the question a little bit. It's like everybody started producing for because it became the trend. And so now you have these big outdoor farms that grow acres, you know, and they're doing that all for and they're freezing it. And then they're spending $20,000 or $30,000 a month to keep all that material frozen. And then there's this crazy overhead because it was moving for a while and now it's not. So now you have people dumping off work and you have people not caring and people cutting corners.
Yep.
And that's the downside of, unfortunately, bro, the way this industry innovates, in my opinion, actually it's not, you know, it is what it is, bro. The way that this industry has always innovated is horrible for business, which is they have to destroy the previous thing to make the next thing good, right? And what I mean by that is BHO used to be everything, you know, and now you talk to most people, anybody that's say 30 years old or younger, the second you say BHO, I'm not smoking that horrible shit, this disgusting death, chemicals, bad, shame, shame. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? Technically, if you want to really be technical, BHO is cleaner and better for you than smoking. But that's a whole other conversation we can get into.
Yeah, we got to get into that later.
100%. Sure. But I say that to say there's no reason that it should have been turned into this enemy, right? And the only reason they did it is because you don't have business-minded people in this industry. You have a bunch of fucking idiots that are trappers, and then they just don't know how to do something by making it better and innovating, right? So they have to destroy the thing prior to make the next thing that they think is going to be the next wave popular, right? And we have in this industry, there's just the problem of rosin's fire and BHO sucks as a result. Well, why did we have to diminish what BHO's value was to make this more expensive? Why didn't people just either or? You can either spend whatever expensive ticket you want to spend on, or you could spend a really expensive ticket on BHO because it's just as good, right? But different.
100%.
So it's like, no, instead, now we have to make it so that nobody even wants BHO anymore. And it's worth $1 a gram.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap now.
It's dirt cheap, bro.
It's dirt cheap. It's not even worth making.
It's not worth, yeah, you're going to risk blowing yourself up for what? For $100? It's stupid. You know, and so it's like, it sucks, bro. And that is notorious. They do it with genetics. When the next new genetic comes out, the last genetic has to suck all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's like, they do it with processes. They do it with techniques. They do it with lighting. They do it with everything. When I started growing LEDs, everybody looked at me like, you're an idiot. I've been using LEDs since 2016, 2015. And at that time, nobody was doing it. And everybody's like, oh, you're an idiot, bro. Good luck getting weight. Good luck getting this. Like, well, okay. And then you blink, and here we are, bro. And now everybody's using LEDs.
And the LEDs are working.
And they're the thing, and they're working, bro. And it's just like, but people had to destroy it at first. And no, HPSs are it. And LEDs are trash. And now, anybody that grows with HPSs is an idiot. Why do you have these heat issues? Why are you still using HPS? Well, where was that talk at 7 years ago, bro? And so, like, in this industry, it's just a nonstop bashing the last thing to make the next thing good. And so, like, I try to not do that, you know, to answer your question.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that answer. Wow. Well, this is a beautiful room. This is probably my favorite one we've been in yet, I got to say.
I appreciate it, bro.
You know? And also, once we're done checking out the rest of your setup here, I really want to get into that BHO and rosin conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to politic about that. But let's go check out the next room, yeah?
Yeah.
See you guys there.